Hello and welcome to Isla Sul Business. I'm so happy to have Melanie Cola here. And today we are talking about her vision, her why in doTERRA business, and not of course, her overall vision and goal. So welcome, Melanie. Nice to have you here.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you so much for the invitation.
So, okay, maybe for the audience and the community, please introduce yourself so we know who is Melanie Cola, what's your life looking like today, or what was your trip to doTERRA, and what did you experience till now?
All right. So as you might know, I'm Melanie. I'm from Switzerland. You might hear that as well. And I live in the Rhine Valley with my partner and with my dog, Kira, which is my soul dog. I'm very much in love with her. And I started with doTERRA probably, I think it was last April for good, like with the business. And yeah, since then I'm totally hooked. I'm really fixed for the doTERRA business. And that's also how we met, right? So I'm very happy to be here to do this podcast today with you.
So nice. And that the audience maybe knows what you did before you started doTERRA business. What's your education?
Well, actually, I did an apprenticeship in a bank back then. That's quite some years ago. And back then it was really cool to do so. So it was a different time then. And then I actually went to the United States for a year. So that was a big change for me. I learned a lot back then and came back. I was kind of lost after a year abroad. And then I just kind of survived a little bit. And then I started to work in the sports industry. So this was kind of the change for me to come back to myself. And then the really big change and the start of everything was actually to do the yoga teacher training, which you might relate what that means. Yeah, and then it all started kind of from there.
Very nice. So I think it's not only about the goal, it's also always when you have those interviews that you get to know the journey of the people. So you worked in a bank, you were like very in the structure of Switzerland, and then you had this breakout, you went to the US and came back and you changed. So this is very nice also for all the people out there who are interested to start a doTERRA business, if they would like to start in Melanie's team or in my team or in another team, so that you really can come from wherever you have been, it doesn't matter, and you can start and you can be successful, because Melanie Cola is now a gold leader and she will be soon a platinum leader. And I'm so proud of you, and I'm very, very excited to go on with you and see what the time brings. And now, because of your goal, I ask you to come into my interview because when you explained your vision, it was really very, very emotional, because you have a really big why. And I think this is the most important in doTERRA business, because it's not only about the money, it's really that you need to have a vision to go on, even if you have a time where it's not working out like you wish, or you have some troubles in your team or discussions or whatever. So please tell us, what is your why?
Thank you so much for all these kinds of words. Thank you. And yes, I also think the vision is very important to have. And for me, it doesn't even matter if it's for doTERRA or for any kind of other job, especially if you want to be independent. It's so important to have a vision that comes from your heart. I think that is most important. And this vision should ideally be very, very big. So whenever you are struggling or you're in doubt, you can go back to this vision, and it will always guide you back to your heart. And that's, yeah, for me, that is really important. So I actually wrote my vision down a couple of years ago. So I would love to read it quickly, and maybe you will understand, so I will just go on. My vision. I am dreaming of this place where everything is at ease, where souls connect, where every animal and every human being is worth it, where people heal animals and vice versa, where love always wins. A place where happiness is found in nature and where Mother Nature can be a teacher again. A place where it is always safe to be yourself. Nourishing possibilities, slow and conscious living, always inspiring, forever evolving. Cultivating minimalism and gratitude. Deep breathing. A place where we can appreciate the genius of our being, alone but also together. A place that brings out the best of everything, with bliss, with faith, with reconnection, just light and love.
Wow. This is strong.
Yeah, it's really comes from my heart, and it's like just this, this vision where we can just heal again. And it's so important for me that there is people involved, but also animals, because I think that animals are the purest souls ever. And it's so important that we start to love again, that we share love, that we receive love, and that it's becoming a circle again. It just should be very natural. And I'm so sure that this place will do so much greatness, and it will give so much love for every soul out there. And this is really my big goal, my big vision, and I will not stop until this vision becomes reality, actually. Yes.
Good. Oh, I love this. I love this very much because I'm not really into animals. We also talked about this, but I think this vision about connecting, we were talking it in depth also, that there may be some people, they are very alone, they have maybe a depression or a burnout, and they don't know where to go. And there are a lot of animals, they're alone and they don't have a home. So you will reconnect them and have a place on earth where they can meet and heal each other.
Yes, exactly. That's that's just what it is. I think there are so many lost souls, and it doesn't matter if it's a human being or an animal. An animal, for me, it's like the same anyway. So I think all these lost souls, and don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with a lost soul, but I just think the same, like you said, there are so many people kind of feeling very lost, and also animals who just have been through so much. And also, yeah, it's just been a rough time for lots of people and lots of animals. So I think it's just needs a place where they can just retrust again and start to love again, and just make, have this safe space where they know they have time to do so, and where they can learn these values again. Because I think in the end, it's always love, right? Which is connecting us, which is getting us through and forward. So it's always love. And it's so nice, because I have experienced this myself with my dog. It's so nice to actually feel this pure love and this trust also. So it's for me very important to kind of bring those souls back together.
And do you have a plan where it should be, in Switzerland, or it doesn't matter where?
Well, at the ocean would be nice. Actually, this is always changing. Maybe it's a sign that I should do it in different places. Also, I think there is also need in different places to do so. I would love to have one in Switzerland. This is just actually a bit a matter of probably the place, because we don't have so much space around in Switzerland anymore. But still, I would love to have something here in the mountains. And then I would really love, because I have just been in Cabo Verde, a couple months ago. I would love to have something at the ocean, because it's just a different feeling when you're at the ocean with the sea breeze and just the magic feelings you get there. So I also really would love to have something there as well. Maybe I have like different huts than everywhere. That would be the big vision, the vision above the vision.
So good. So a lot of people tell when you have a vision or a goal, you should like define it as clear as possible. So maybe the time, the location, when you want to reach this goal, or what it should be look like. The people are coming like for one day, or it's like a retreat center, or it's for like several months, or it's like with woofers, like people they work there and they get the accommodation for free. Do you have like something specific in mind, or it's just the vision, or is it, do you have something you can tell us about more what you would like to, if there is a therapy center as well?
Yeah, actually, I am talking a lot about this vision, and I wrote down a lot. Also, I think this is also an important step for manifestation. If you just really write it down and just always read it again and talk to people, right? Because actually, and that's also so interesting with the doTERRA business, many people have the similar visions, or they kind of want to help. I think this is a main goal also, that they just really are wanting to help, and this is then in the end it might everything might come together. So also with my vision, I have actually already a couple of people who are very interesting to do so and to help, and to, we were talking about having this house with different kind of areas. And as you said, maybe like some healing space, or there is a yoga space, or then there is a big garden with herbs, and then there are people who kind of can work there also, or some people, they work with animals, because then we rescue animals, and so it's a big community. And I just want to make it like how do you say it in English? It's just not you're not really kind of making, how do you say it in English? You don't really talk negative, it's just a very safe space, and you're very open-minded, and you're not like kind of fixed into a meaning, because you're just very open about it. So it's no bad talking, no bad influences. It's just a space where everybody can just be without any judgment at all. So this is, I think this will be very good, but it's not like I already have the house, the ideal house or something. This is not there yet, but I know this will come.
But it's still in process.
Yes, exactly.
So all the people out there who are working in the doTERRA business or working for themselves, it doesn't matter. You always have a vision or a why, or you should have one. So your tip would be write it down for manifestation, be clear in your vision, and maybe don't hurry. Maybe just take your time, because we were talking about this as well. Just like enjoy the process, like enjoy the moment where you're at what you have achieved. Be really kind to yourself in this process.
Exactly, that's very important. And I think there is a difference also between a goal and a vision. The goal is achievable, and it's something you really can achieve, and you can really work towards it and just really go for it, like for example you do with your next rank. You're a very good example on how to achieve your goals. So you just are on this road, on this path, and you just go for it until you achieve it. And this is mostly, it's achievable, it's not something you cannot do. So, but the vision, it should always be higher than the goal, so the vision can scare you. And it scares me to think about this, because it's big. And when I just imagine on like, when people will get there and animals will be there, and how that might feel. I mean, I get goosebumps. I could cry right away just because it's so emotional for me, and it's really also scary for me. But I know I just have this inner calling that this is what I have to do. This is what I'm meant to do in this life. So I will just go on until it's really becoming reality. But of course, this should take time. I will have to grow until I get there. I will have to take some steps. I will have to get a lot of money also, because this this will not be cheap. So it's just, there's so many points to, it will just take a lot of time. But I really can recommend anyway to enjoy the path along, because it's also so important to take a little break whenever you are on your path, and just be grateful for what you have done already, for what you have achieved already. And this is also making you going forward again, right? Because it's making sure that you always kind of take a step back, and then it gives you back some energy as well, and some appreciation to just go forward. So this is so important along the way and along the big vision, to just never forget what you have done already, and just enjoy the little moments.
Yeah, I need to learn this, or maybe a lot of people need to learn this. So last week I heard a podcast, and it was about like reaching your goal or your aim or your vision in general, or why are we here on Earth? And she said she thinks every person on this planet has the same purpose, and it's the purpose to heal ourselves, and then after, when we're healed, we can serve others.
Oh,
and
I love that.
them heal. And I think this is doTERRA business is the healing process of yourself. It's like it gets like tougher and tougher when you go a rank higher and higher. Then you really get confronted with a lot of blockages in yourself, or really stupid things in my head. Not stupid, maybe it's just I need them to grow and to learn. But I think this is the healing process for myself. And when I go higher and higher in the rank, I can start serving others. Everyone has a different serving, and also for how many people you serve. There can be a lot of people. Maybe you will serve a lot of people, help a lot of people with your center, and others, they're maybe just in the family or in their friends, they support others like in one-to-one. It's different, but I think this is so nice. It's so nice. You heal yourself, and then after you can serve others, you can help them heal. And that's our purpose.
That is very nice. I really love that. And I think it's so true, right? And everybody knows that actually already, because everybody knows that you first have to love yourself also, right? Before you can love others. It sounds so easy, but it's sometimes so hard. And I'm 100% sure that you first have to do your inner work. You have to kind of sort everything out, find out who you are, what you are here for, and this is sometimes such a hard and long journey. But if you really get through it, and if you really, see the end of this road, it's so worth it. Because then, as this lady on the podcast said, and as you just said so beautifully, because then you are able to help others. And I think it's also, again, a circle, right? It just closes everything. It's what's life. It's because our life is a circle as well. So we start, and then it's the end again, and then we start, and it's the end again. So it's just life in what it is. And I really love that, to be able to help others once we were able to heal ourselves. I think this is what it's all about. And it sounds so easy, but I think this is one of the hardest things ever to do so in life. So I'm very happy for everybody in this life who is going this path, who is really wanting to look deeper and further and just, go for it, because this is, I think, what it's all about. So every soul who is wanting to do this, go for it. Go 100% for it.
What would be your advice if someone is listening and say, yeah, I would love to go this path, my journey about self-development, but I don't know where to start?
Well, I think we both can tell something about this. I had actually no clue a couple of years ago how to do that. I always knew that it's inside, and I always knew that there is more also to life, also just, for work, for example. I always knew that there has to be more than just being in the office from 9 to 5. And there is nothing wrong with doing so, don't get me wrong, but I just always had this feeling that this is not satisfying me in the long run. So if you really have this spark, and if you know that there is more, just go for it. Open up, talk to people, and talk to Alex, talk to me, and then we will get you there, because it sometimes just needs a little information or a little push in the right direction, because in the end you have to do it yourself anyway. But there can be just some inspirations or some tips how you can do that. And there are many possibilities, but of course, doTERRA is a great way to start. So we are both independent now. We wouldn't have thought this a couple of years ago. So I think this is a way to start, right?
It is. But yeah, when I started my self-development, like I started it with doTERRA, because before I didn't had, I always felt there is more, but not like I was not working on myself.
Mhm.
So I started doTERRA 2.5 years ago. So it's a short journey for me till now, but I love it. And the thing is, when you start working on it and you talk to other people, you will be surprised how many people are already working with themselves, or they have different tools. It doesn't matter what it is, you will find your tool, how to work on yourself, and you learn how to work with yourself, and to write down, to journal, to talk to other people, to friends, to family. But also maybe you need a coach for some sessions, or you need a theta healing, a hypnosis, or a human design reading, that you know yourself better, or even if it's horoscope or whatever it is, just something that you get to know yourself better. And then you can go step by step. And for me, it was like rank by rank at doTERRA. I opened up a little bit more. I got to know myself a little bit more. And then you meet so nice people in this business, because everyone is on this process of healing. So it doesn't matter. Melanie and I, we're a cross line. So we're not in the same team. But we're still so connected because of self-development, of this topic all over. And we help each other by talking to each other. And maybe we both have a different view on some situations, but this is very nice. So you can open up and have a broader view in general.
Yeah, I love that. So important also to just really talk about your visions, talk about your goals, talk about your fears also. Just really be open about it, because then you will also find out, as Alex said, it's like many people have the same issues, the same struggles. We are all human beings, right? And I think there is, and I come back to this podcast you mentioned, I think in the end it's always about love. It's about healing, and for every soul out there, for every human being, for every animal, we just want to feel love, and we just want to give love. So it's, yeah, we're all the same. So we just have to realize that also, and then really go for whatever we have this deep desire to do so. And it doesn't matter what it is, and it can be different. We have different visions, but still in the very deep meaning and in the heart, it's still about the same, right? It's always coming back to this sharing love and to heal and to just be there in this world, trying to do our best, I think, and to just do whatever is possible for us to kind of make this world a better place. I think that is very important.
So nice. So, but there are a lot of people, I think when I'm talking to my team, I have the feeling I have only people around myself, they're self-developed or they're in the process. No, everyone is in the process. But when you talk to other people, you have the feeling that's not everywhere. Not everyone is like going this path. So they're hiding. They're hiding from their thoughts, their like deep feelings, and they're hustling. They're just like busy doing other things. They don't like give themselves a pause that they can rest, and they can maybe, when you said before, you need to start communicating with people, maybe you just start communicating with yourself. Mm-hmm. Because this is the beginning, that you're in your head and you're like, yeah, what am I doing? Yes, I would like this and this and this mine. And no, this is not possible. And so this is the start. So, and I have a lot of people around me, they are not in this process. And how do you handle this? How do you try to give them a hint? Or do they know that you're in this self-development process? Or you're just like, if someone wants to talk to you and is open, you're like receiving and giving, but you're not pushing. I know you're not. But how do you handle those people?
This is a good question, and I think it's very important to understand that some people might just not want to show their true potential. And this can be of many reasons. Maybe they are very scared. Maybe they have been structured like this, or they have been raised like this. And this is just my meaning, but I think we have, or we are in a very structured world with lots of rules, and there is not so much space for self-development or for really self-healing and for like these bigger visions, because everything is kind of limited, and you don't really want to, people exploding and going everywhere and making this world really as amazing as it could be. So this is just my meaning. So lots of people are within, of course, this world where they want to hide, or where they just don't know better. And I think maybe they even have this conversation with themselves, but they are too scared to get it out, or to start talking about it, because they think they're crazy, or they're nuts, or whatever. They don't ever get to this point where they start to talk about this. So I just try to accept every human being as they are, and maybe some really don't want to have this bigger vision, and that is totally fine. Even though I personally think in our hearts we all have this big vision, we all have this purpose, this meaning of healing ourselves and healing others. I think this is a main issue, and it's just how we are born somehow. And we also all want to share and feel love. This is also like a natural surviving instinct, right? This is just something we have to feel, or we really desire to feel. So, but I started to, because I always kind of see the potential in people, or see what they were or are capable of. But I really also realized that maybe they just need time. And sometimes with time, they get there. And you can just always be the little hand who is there when they need you, but you're not there to, you can hold their hand, but they have to go their own way. You can walk with them along, but then in the end they have to do it themselves. So you can just be there whenever they are ready. You can give the advice, but yeah, it's just really, I think this was for me also very healing to understand that I cannot help everybody, even though I wish I could. But some people, they just need some time. So I just let them, I'm here. I just recently also started my podcast where it's just about exactly this, to kind of get little inspirations on how to live a grateful life, how to be happy and stuff like that. So maybe, you know, all these little things we do, someday they will pick something up and then they will be open to do so. But yeah, just let them go their own way in their own time. I think this is very important.
So to everyone listening, if you need someone to hold your hand during your path, your journey, or you would like to start and you don't know how, please reach out to Melanie or please reach out to myself and we will help you to get there. No, we try to help you give you a hint what's your direction, and then you go by yourself. But you have a big community when you're like in our field, and there are a lot of people that can help you as well. And maybe you find someone else who's better, like it's your match or not. That's the most important, I think.
Yeah. Find
So
your soul buddies, right?
yes. The soul bodies. So nice. Yeah, we're 4 doTERRA leaders and we're all cross-line and we do a lot of things together and we support each other. And you see in us 4, we're so different. They're mothers, we're like with no kids, but also like different characters or how we see the world. But it works so good and so well, and we can like support each other so good. So everyone can start the doTERRA business, but everyone can also start the journey of self-development, and it's so important. So you were talking about your podcast, just like to the end. Where can we find you, or all the people who are interested to like get to know you a bit better? Where are you?
Well, I am on Instagram. You can find me at Melanie.Cola. And I have a Swiss-German podcast, actually, because this is next to English, my very natural language to talk. So I'm sorry for all the not speaking Swiss-German people, but yeah, it's called Im Herzen Barfuß. And yeah, you can find me there if you want to, and maybe we will have another chance to do another podcast in English. So give Alex a feedback how you liked it, and then yeah, I'm very happy that I had the chance to do a podcast in English. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I hope this all helped you guys to get your vision clearer, or to get your journey or your path right where you want to start. And as we said, we're always here. Please reach out. You will find me on Instagram as well, islasul.ch, and on my homepage. And I'm so happy to have you here, Melanie. It was so nice. Thank you very, very much for this spontaneous interview, and take care, and everyone have a great day.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.